Hi, Sue here from Mystic Matters. Thank you very much for joining me. If you've been drawn to this particular video, then this is what you need to know. The cards I'm using are the Mythic Tarot, and they're based on Greek mythology. Okay. There could be a bit of conflict around you. It could be inner conflict or things catching up with you, things that people around you that are argumentative and you haven't made yourself clear, so there's been misunderstandings, and now it's kind of coming back to bite you, a certain amount of resentment and animosity. It's a clearing, things coming to the surface. So if there's been any resentment or anything that been bubbling under the surface, then it's coming to the surface. It's important to be sensitive with this, because it could be the end of friendships if you're not careful. And when it comes to us, it's because we haven't, maybe we haven't shown up. If there's people having arguments around us, if we keep quiet, then both, the different parties can each think that we are agreeing with them. And if you don't have to take sides necessarily. If it's something small, you don't have to take sides with people. Just say, look, this is not my business, I'm not interested, so at least you've made yourself clear, and then it won't come up to bite you. But where it's positioned, it feels like it's already come up to bite you, and these things, there are areas, there is conflict going on around you right now. So deal with it sensitively, and be authentic, and be clear what your position is. There's new relationships coming here as well. This can be love relationships, or it can be to do with business, because ideally we love what we do. It's what the Cups is about. With this, you don't know the other person very well or at all. It's not somebody that you've been in relationship or in business with before. It's somebody that maybe is a friend of a friend. You know they exist, but you don't know much about them other than that. So there's somebody new coming into your life here. And it's ongoing contentment and permanence in the realm of the heart. So if it is a love relationship, this can be a bond that can last a lifetime, a really, really loving relationship. If it's a business partnership, it's one that will work really very well. It's important not to let your emotions get out of control in any aspect. Emotions are fine, and they work really, they work for us by adding color to our lives. But when they run us, when we are emotional beings, then we don't have any anchor, and other people have control of us. Because if they can make us angry, happy, sad, because we don't have an anchor, then we're out of control. We're out of control of our lives, and this can lead to mental health issues. One of the things, it can lead to outbursts of rage when we literally aren't in control of ourselves. So if we have obstacles or things ahead of us, we need to look at things from all points of view, try and see the positive side to things, and not get into battles of ego with other people. It's exhausting more than anything else. If you do get into that, then it's important to take time out to listen to what your inner voice is saying to you, and learn the art of patience. Everything happens at the right time and not before. So if any of the things that are making you emotional or are getting you into ego and emotional battles with others, if just give it time, because something might just turn up which will shed a light on everything and take the wind out of the sails of anger or frustration. So do take do take time to yourself. Cut yourself off from people, even if you can't do it for a long time. An hour, a day, a weekend, whatever you can take time to be with yourself without other people around, without other people's input. Do things that will steady you. Self-reflection, meditation, reading books that are inspiring, things like that, or watching YouTube videos that are inspiring, but to do things for yourself, because there's a lot of hard work ahead, keeping ahead of the game, new projects, new things happening. So you've got a lot of work to do, and I'm not talking about necessarily work you don't want to do, because when you're doing what you love, it's not work anyway. There's a lot of energy of imagination here, and just being able to be the best that you can be and just keep on improving over time. So really kind of really energetic here. So anyway, as a quick recap, at the moment there appears to be some conflict in your life. It doesn't have, it's not a major collapse of everything. It's not like the tower where, you know, massive changes, but it's conflict that can, you know, consume us and make our days not as pleasant. So if there's a way of speaking up to try and resolve the conflict, be a mediator if it's amongst friends, but don't take sides. Just speak the truth, or just say, you know, not my business. But you know, can't we look at it this way or another? Make sure the people that are involved in this conflict don't feel that you're working on behalf of the other person, because that creates even more conflict. Try to be, you know, fair, and maybe give them a few options how they can get out of the conflict themselves, because maybe they don't want to be in it either. But if it's in a conflict, then it's just being peaceful within yourself, just trying to write down if things are worrying you, because conflict often kind of works through worry. So if things are worrying you, write a list of all the things that are worrying you, and then if there's anything you can do about it, do it. You don't have to worry. And if there's nothing you can do, there's no point in worrying. It's a waste of energy. So anyway, these are kind of temporary things, and but try to do, as I said, try to deal with them sensitively. There's somebody new coming into your life. I said it can be to do with love, or it can be to do with business. But whatever it is, this person has the potential of either turning into a life partner where there's a very strong bond with your life, or turning into a really successful business partner when you're both loving what you do. So there's it's really worthwhile, this relationship, and it won't be somebody you either lived with before, or been in a relationship with before, or been in business with before. This is somebody new. You either don't know them at all, or they are somebody that you're aware exists, but you don't really know them. They're just somebody on the acquaintance, somebody you've met in passing. It's also, when you get into this relationship, make a conscious decision not to get into ego battles. You know, you're right, I'm right, and you're wrong, because this can take anything, of course. Be prepared to listen to the other person's point of view. Try to keep the emotions at a minimum when you've got obstacles, because when we get emotional and our emotions get out of control, we can ruin a lot of things. We can ruin a lot of relationships that had potential of, again, being wonderful relationships that will last a lifetime with strong bonds, and then one or both of us get into this ego battle, and it just takes away the joy. Take some time out to yourself. If you feel particularly strongly about something, then take some time out. Be with yourself. Be patient. because the other person or the other people have different life experiences. They also have different triggers, things that happened to them maybe since they've known you or before they've known you, maybe in their childhood, things that have an emotional trigger. So be patient and be open-hearted and open-minded with people. And, you know, any relationship or business partnership needs to be worked at, improving yourself, your project, keeping ahead of the game. And if you get into ego battles with people, then you find that something in you shuts off. The energy isn't free flowing. Even when you love somebody, it means it's a blockage of energy, and there's a feeling, sometimes a feeling of self-righteousness comes up on on both sides. It can be. So when something triggers you, just go off by yourself for a while. Go for a walk. Go, you know, go to the cinema on your own. Do something where you're not likely to take it out on the other person. Just take time to be with yourself, because any relationship is hard work. You don't just get into a relationship and it stays where it is and it's all rosy. And everybody knows that fulfilling relationships are work. You know, you've got to compromise. You've got to, you know, make allowances for other people, and they make allowances for you. And then you can get to really know somebody, because it's all about getting to know the other person, and you can't do that in a day, a week, a year. You don't really know that it's an ongoing journey, and it can be really wonderful if you listen to your inner voice and you don't let the ego get in the way. So it's yeah, that's the message for today. So anyway, I hope that's been of help, and maybe see you again sometime. Bye.